assembly video number 2. So we've mated the solar array to the wing spar. And if you look at my front view here, all right, we can still, this is not constrained, it can still move in the y-axis or towards you, away from you, along the z-axis. So again, because we built most of these parts symmetrical to the origin, I'm going to mate some of the axes here. So I'm going to come over here to my solar array, and I'm going to maximize the origin of the solar array and of my wing spar. That's wing spar number 1. Open up the origin there. So I'm going to mate. I'm going to mate from my solar array. I'm going to mate the XZ plane of my solar array with the XZ plane of my wing spar. Click apply, and I'm going to do the same thing now. I want to mate the YZ plane. I'm going to mate the YZ plane of my solar array with the YZ plane of my wing spar. Now, this part has been fully constrained. I can't move that at all. It's right where I want it to be. Now, there's like a shortcut here. I can repeat those same procedure with the other solar array, or I'm going to do something a little different. First, I'm going to mate this face with this face. Now, and then because these are two identical parts, I'm going to use the flush command. Now, watch what I do here. I want the arrow pointing up. I want this top edge. That top edge with this top edge, and this outer edge right there with this outer edge right there. Click apply. Now I have fully constrained this. So lastly, with the access hatch, I'm going to use the insert command, and you would do the same thing with the laser cannons, the viewport, and the engine in the back. But I'll show you with the access hatch. So because it's cylindrical, again, cylindrical parts, I want to use the insert command. Now watch what I touch here. I don't want to. If I do this part right here, I don't go all the way down. I want to get to that edge right there, and the arrow is pointing down. I'm going to insert that into that, not that bottom part. Not the bottom part, that top part right there. So I've inserted that. And now notice that I can still spin. All right, I can still spin this. And I really don't want to spin that. I want to get this. I want it to be. I don't want it to be like that. I want the back of that part to be right there. So I'm going to do a directed angle constraint on some axes here. So I'm going to use the let's see, I'm done with the wing spar, and I'm done with my solar array. I'm going to maximize the access hatch, the origin of the access hatch, and of the cockpit here. Now, I'm going to get this. Let me get an axis of the cockpit. I'm going to do that YZ plane right there of the cockpit. Now, I'm holding down the control key so I get another plane on here. And I'm going down here to my access hatch, and I'm going to pick the XY plane of that. So those two planes right there. And I'm going to do a directed angle constraint. So angle, directed angle, and it defaulted to 0. Let me put 90 here just so I can show you. Now, 90 degrees, there's where I want it, just like that. If I change this to 180 degrees, so nope, that's off. I could make it 270 to be off. But at my 0 degrees, nope. So I want this to be 90 degrees there. So at 90 degrees, that's the location I want. I click apply, and I'm going to close out of there. And I have now fully constrained my access hatch. It's right where I want it to be. You will bring in your laser cannons and your viewport and your engine, and you'll be using the insert commands, and maybe you have to do some either angle constraints or mates of the axes to get yours fully constrained. I hope this has been helpful.